One of you asked me this in the comments and I haven't been able to get it out of my head. So today's conversation is going to be kind of an open-ended exploration. I invite you to join me on this little thought experiment, and of course, to please give me your insights and your contributions below, because today we're going to explore the question, is the dream space sentient? And this is such a big question to explore, and I feel really important because when you start working with the dream space, I think you will end up being surprised at the extraordinary creativity, intelligence, and capacity that it brings. If you're a normal person who doesn't work with their dreams, then yeah, it's easy to dismiss the dream space as being just like nonsense, just some kind of trivial processing of the brain. But when you're like you and like me, and you're interested in dreams and you work skillfully with dreams, you start to understand that that's not true and that there's something much bigger going on here. How is the dreaming mind able to come up with such vivid, compelling, three-dimensional realities, or such complex, interesting, interactive dream figures? How is it able to answer really big questions with insight and wisdom? How does it generate such symbolically perfect representations of things we ask for? I mean, how does it know what wings feel like? How does it remember things that we can't? I remember when I was working with my sexual shadow, I had to do a series of dreams, 3 dreams to actually complete it because it was a bit scary. But every single time I summoned my sexual shadow, a song would start playing. It was Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz. It's really, you can remember it when you hear it. And it played the song perfectly. I hadn't heard the song in, over a decade probably, and I couldn't believe that every single dream, it was able to fully produce an exact replica of that song. Wild. I'll speak from my perspective, but to me, it's clear that the dreaming mind is intelligent and responsive, creative, and even has a sense of humor. I think for me, when I first started lucid dreaming, I just kind of assumed that I would be the conscious aspect of myself, and the dreaming mind would be sort of almost like an inanimate set of theatrical props. I sort of had this assumption I would go in and, there would just be sort of inanimate dream matter that I could rearrange and have full control over. And it was one of the most powerful shifts for me personally when I started getting repeatedly lucid, to really understand that my conscious mind that I exist in during the waking realm and that I bring into the lucid realm, that part is actually a subset of a much larger operating intelligence, which is also me. And to realize, I was like, wow, maybe the unconscious mind is more me than the conscious mind, in the sense that it has all my recollections and memories. It connects the dots across time and space and holds so much more than my conscious memory does. And so I really do think that the dreaming mind is sentient. I think it's my sentience. And I'm beginning to feel like, like I said, the conscious mind that I'm so identified with is probably a subset actually of that sentience. And the implications of this are remarkable. What it means is that lucid dreaming is giving us a direct line of access to our greater, more whole and smarter selves. And I love that. I feel like in the lucid dreaming realm, I'm really able to access the whole of my wisdom and the whole of my experience by accessing that greater sentient dreaming mind. And that's just my experience, and I'm still continuing to explore and experiment. And so I'm curious, what do you think? Is the dreaming mind sentient? Is it your sentience? Is it a collective sentience? Please do share your ideas and thoughts and comments below. I always appreciate hearing, from this amazing community of dream explorers that we're building here.